Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol PLTR, and before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So PLTR here has been in a sideways movement. It hit a new low yesterday, right? It got real close to those lows of the previous lows of 2509, 2510 to about 2513 in that downward direction. Now it's actually been working its way back up towards the end of yesterday, broke through resistance, used it as support, and from that point forward, as you could see here in this candlestick, it started to pull itself up to newer highs, new resistance levels, and further away from the 50-day moving average. So resistance, the 50-day moving average, and a slight recovery has happened here from the bulls, right? And you could see here that this high before the fall, which was touched 3 times, 2746, was nearly touched at one point in the day, and that is one of the most important resistance levels right now for this to hit newer highs. Now, the next resistance level after that would be up here at 2828. I would write that down as an important level of resistance if the volatility continues in that direction and momentum. So we want to pay very close attention to these numbers I just mentioned. And once again, that resistance level up here is 2828. Let's see our new resistance and support based off the last couple hours of the day. We're going to look at the 50-day moving average. And also, I want us to keep in mind that low that was touched yesterday, which was 2513, 2512, give or take, as the most important support level if this is going back in that direction. We want to keep these numbers in mind for the next coming days and weeks, according to the volatility of the stock. So the 50-day moving average is 2631. I want to write that down. I want every single investor to write that down as well. 2631. That's what lets us know on what side of the chart we're in, right? If we're above it, we're in bullish territory. If we're below it, we're in bearish territory. So super, super important to keep that in mind. Now, our support level here is 2701. If you want to round it down, you can to $27 to kind of round it to a whole number. And $27 is our support. We're currently at 2720 right now after market hours, 3 cents less than when the market closed at 4 p.m. And we want to watch this support. If it gets broken through, we still have that window between support and the 50-day moving average down here at 2631 to see how the stock is reacting, because this is all still bullish territory. I mean, the bulls can reappear and bring this back up, or the bears can continue to tear it down. So you're going to want to watch the behavior of this stock within this area, how quickly it's moving down, or are the bulls reappearing to bring it back up and stop it from hitting newer lows. Now, I want every single investor to be aware that this momentum is great, but for it to continue and the 50-day moving average not catch up to the price, right? The bulls have to break the resistance. If the bulls touch it and they can't break over it and use it as a support and they fall right back down below it, the 50-day moving average will catch up to the price and cross over it, making the stock end up in bearish territory by default, giving leverage to the bears. So we need to watch this closely, and we're going to look at that resistance level in just a moment. So the resistance is 2745. This needs to be turned into a support by the bulls. The bulls need to turn 2745 into a support, break away from it to reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and further away from the 50-day moving average. It's super, super important for the bulls to do so. They need to turn it into a support, continue to work their way up, and by doing so, they are pulling further away from the 50-day moving average and continuing this momentum so that it doesn't catch up to it and they reach newer highs. So I want every single investor, and I want to emphasize this one more time, 2745, which is the current resistance level, needs to be broken through by the bulls and turn into a support. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88 and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02 and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.